All right. Cool. Welcome once again, ladies and gentlefish, to the Cult of Personality podcast. I'm yours truly, Mikeymcchoppa, and with us here today, we have Codename Grim at
What's
Broken
up?
Payphone on the IG. Welcome to the pod, man.
Thank you, thank you.
Hell yeah. Let me wrap this up so it doesn't make any noise. I'm glad to have you on. I know this was long overdue. We were just talking about, and I'm very excited to have you on and to talk
Yeah, very
about.
much so.
Hell yeah, talk about your multiple endeavors, talk about your music, talk about, where you from, how you came to be, kind of like a timeline of what's going on now, and everything of the sort. But hell yeah, man, welcome on.
Thank you, thank you.
What were you doing today before we hopped on this pod?
I barely woke up, felt like shit, maybe a little hungover, maybe a little sick. Took a nice shower and I'm good to go.
Oh yeah, we're running on the same time and for real. It's just like, gotta get up and get moving. Or just a little whoop. But yeah, bro. But yeah, first off, I just want to say I'm excited for this. I'm very high. So I'm very like mellow
Hell
right
yeah.
now. I'm just like, let's take it slow. I gotta like advise these things because sometimes I'll watch back the pod and like I'll know, like I'll have the context that I was like stoned as fuck before.
Yeah,
And I'll be like, damn, I look like such an idiot, bro. You know? So I'm like, let me just like advise it. I'm here and I'm zooted, but we're working.
hell yeah.
But no, yeah, before we you sent me 2 songs before we hopped on this pod, and they were both awesome. I listened to both of them earlier this morning, and your music's very I was saying before, very high quality, very sound, and I like that, and also you take, like, a very unique approach to it. I can't really even, like, compare you to any artist. You're just yourself, and I like that.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I go for.
Hell yeah. Um, and I wanna also say that I appreciate you for hitting me up with this whole, shebanger banger. Because sometimes like
Yeah,
people, because I know we were just talking about before, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, we were like, I get lost in the sauce. People will hit me up and then I'll be like, yo, we should do an interview. We kind of like don't have a schedule. And then I forget about it because we're all moving.
yeah,
And
everybody got shit to do.
I'm glad you hit me back up so we can actually do this episode because I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm excited as well.
Hell yeah. So we won't beat around the bush because, I'm just going to go straight to it right now. Code name Grim, the
That's the
name,
name.
the image, the aura, and the energy. How to start? How do we get here? And then from here, we'll branch off like an apple off the tree.
Alrighty. I used to go by a different name. It was Grimly back in like freshman year, I think. My buddy had told me about this app called Rap Chat or something like that. Shout out to him because that really started everything. Basically, people make beats and it's all on your phone. You can kind of just record over them and everything. I made like a 30-second song, like a little fuck around song, and everybody seemed to fuck with it. So I saved up my money, got a laptop, a shitty mic, and a whole little setup with some FL Studios, and made my first very shitty song called Sky Full of Crows and posted that, and it somehow blew up and got like 60,000 plays. But yeah, I was going by Grimly, and then I knew I wanted to keep Grim in the name, but I didn't know what I wanted. And it kind of just it sounds corny, but it came to me in a dream. The code name part, it's a mix between Codename Kids Next Door, the TV show, and then The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Yo, that's crazy. That's so
Yeah,
cool.
so I always just stuck with that after that. So that's just been that. And then I don't know, I just enjoy making music. Like how I feel is kind of like how I represent my emotion, and like you can really get to see the inside of me and like how I'm feeling.
Right.
So if I post a song, that's typically how I'm feeling in that moment. Like I don't make music unless I'm feeling like that. I don't make like untrue shit. All my music is very genuine and raw and real. It's like the most raw input I could give to somebody. So it's never fake or like disgenuine.
Hell yeah. Where's that influence or that ambition to be real come from? Does that come from you or something
Yeah, I
someone
mean,
said, that just stuck with
yeah.
you?
No, I just even since like elementary, I've always been like in depth and very in tune with poetry. So I feel like bringing that over to music helped a lot, like lyrically. So I was just like I don't know, I fuck with poetry and being like just cool and like genuine and just having like emotion for everybody to hear because there's always somebody else who feels something similar to what you're feeling and it always helps somebody else. So I appreciate like all my listeners and everybody who supports me and goes through the same things that I do and they can relate.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, that's so real. I fuck with that so heavy. Like a big thing that I like, I guess, talk about both like personally and on the podcast is like being unique and original because I see like way too many people trying to be either someone they're not or like
Right.
someone else. And it's like, how number one, like where's the longevity in that? And two, it kind of gets boring as a listener, as a fan, to like have those like clone artists and stuff. So I think that's cool that
Right, yeah.
you emphasize on that, the authenticity part of everything. Hell yeah,
Yeah,
man.
very much so. Yeah, I think it's always cool to just be yourself and people are always gonna like you for that. You may not get like I, I don't know, like I never been one to like hop on a trend and like do what's popping right now. So I feel like everybody else who does that, and I'm not hating on nobody who does that, but you just get like a lot more like views that way because that's like what's going around at the time. So I don't know, I like the slow approach. I mean, I've obviously had a few songs like blow up a little bit, nothing too crazy, but it's cool to see progress and like a fan base built up that's like more genuine and not just like, the trend right now.
Yeah. And when did you start exactly? When did you start making music?
Yeah, I would say it's about freshman year.
When would
So shit.
when would that
That
be
was
in?
like 2016, 2017.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. So you've been at it for like yeah, how many years is it? 7 years now?
Yeah, some shit like that.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I started around the same time, so that's really what's up. A lot of people now start newer, like 2020 and stuff. So like it's cool to
Yeah,
like see people who started back when like the SoundCloud scene was going on.
right.
But no, yeah, so you have some years in your belt and it's cool to see some progress. I was gonna mention that. I was gonna mention you have some songs with some numbers. I was looking at your page before we did the interview and I think like your highest one or your top track was like 200K or something.
Yeah, yeah, somewhere around there, yeah.
And I think that's really cool, man. Kudos to you. And I listened to the song and you definitely earned it. Like you definitely are doing your thing. So that's what's up.
Appreciate it.
I was gonna say as well when it comes to moving away from the name, and I also just wanted to like ask about like that's why I also asked about when you start, just to get like the timeline. But talking about image, man, I see that you have a sick mustache and you have a sick style. So I wanted to ask a little about how you carry yourself and maybe some influences there, how that just came to be. Maybe it also has to do with you just always being you genuinely yourself.
Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely didn't always like know like my style, I don't think everybody does until like some point, but I'd say just around that time that I was making music, like I really started to find my style. Like I just stopped caring like what people thought, really like I don't know, it was almost cool to me to like have so much confidence, like I don't know, cause I'm pretty short too, so like that's always been like a thing too. Like I'm always gonna get looked at for something, so I might as well just do whatever the fuck I want to do. So
Yeah.
wearing like grungy clothes because that's what I was into. Uh, Bones is a very big influence on me, and his alter ego Surrender Dorothy. There's a lot of similarities in the music, not the same, but definitely take a lot of influence from him. Kid Cudi is a very big artist, helped me through a lot of times, and then like Peep and all that. But yeah, I used to like paint my nails and shit, and people would say stuff, but I don't know, just kind of didn't care no more. So just went for it, and it was cool to do because now my confidence is pretty damn good. So
Hell yeah, man. I resonate with a lot of what you're saying. Like in my youth, it was definitely a lot of the same shit. And I think that's what's up, being real. And like also the influences too is cool. Like even like Kid Cudi and Peep like definitely had me like, yo, fuck this
yeah,
gender role shit. I wanna fucking paint my nails. I wanna do da da da,
yeah.
It's just like
Because
self-expression.
I've had a lot of people come up to me about like the nails. I haven't painted them in a while, but they'd be like, "Why do you do that? Like, girls do that, blah blah." And I'm like, dude, honestly, to me, it represent like art. Like, same
Yeah.
thing as like a on a T-shirt or like a tattoo. Like, it's just another representation of art. Really, it's not. It doesn't have to be like feminine or nothing like that.
That's literally how I say it all the time. I think that's so cool that you say it like that. Cause like I've been
Yeah,
asked dude, I've been asked the question even by relatives. They're like, why do you do it? Like girls do that. Like why? And I'm like,
Yeah,
it's no different than if I got a tattoo. It's no different than if I got the piercing. It's no
right.
different than if I put the fucking t-shirt on like an accessory, you know? Like it's gonna
Exactly.
come off. Like,
Yeah,
it's so crazy. But like that's cool. That's really important actually. Like it's an important topic that I don't think gets touched enough about self-expression and the freedom of expression. Like
right, yeah.
it's oneself, how they carry themselves. So that was really cool. Thank you for that. Um, moving onwards as well. You talking about self-expression actually and not moving too far away as well. Something that you also endeavor in is, we're gonna kind of switch it up before I get into the music and before we continue on. You
Go
also
for
do
it.
tattoos, and I checked out your tattoo page quite a while ago, and I checked it out again recently. And your work is pretty cool, man. I like
Yeah.
the bio. I tattoo for emo bitches or something. Like
Yeah.
I
No,
thought that
yeah,
was
because it's all like grunge shit. It's like definitely not the best. I'm definitely not a professional. I used to work at a shop locally as an apprentice. I moved up a little bit, and shit happened that I'm not really gonna go into. But I kind of fell off of it for a long time. But I've been getting back into it for a little while. I don't think of it as like, I don't know, maybe more like a hobby. Like I'm not looking to make money off of it. It's just another form of art that I enjoy doing.
No, yeah, that's what's up. It's like, for the hold on, I'm trying to adjust this earphone. For
No,
the
you're
love of
good.
the game, which I think is cool because like, I mean, obviously like people get into like shit for whatever reasons. But I always find it a little more genuine when people get into the art for the sake of the art rather than for the sake of income
Right.
or look, Sometimes people just want the aesthetic, like, yeah, I'm a tattoo artist, haha. And it's
Yeah.
like, all right, buddy. But no, I think that's really cool. And how did that come to be? Like, how was that like developing your style and like what you want to do with your tattoos and stuff? Because you kind of have like that, like you say, like that DIY, like grungy aspect to it all. And I'm like, how do you land
Yeah.
on that?
Yeah, those are just like, I don't know, those that's what I enjoy doing. So it's like I want to tattoo what I want to tattoo. You have artists that tattoo like what everybody wants, but thankfully like everybody that wants a tattoo from me are like all my homies and everything like that. They like my style and they like the grunginess cuz they know it's not going to be the best tattoo they've ever gotten or ever will get, but
Yeah.
it's memories and it's not shit enough to where they can't like walk around with it. Like it still looks pretty dope.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was like, when you get a tattoo from the homie, I like my partner tattoos me. She does the stick and pokes and stuff.
Okay,
And
yeah.
and that shit's always super cool because like it becomes less about tattoo and more about the memory of getting the tattoo, the
Right.
memory behind the tattoo, coming up with the tattoo. So I thought that was cool. I think that's cool to emphasize. Um, but yeah, man, I also want to talk about that because like I think you're the first person we've ever had on the pod that does anything in that region. We've had some people talk about like doing piercings before, kind of like as a hobby for real, but
Yeah.
someone who got into tattooing, got into an apprenticeship and stuff like that. It's official. So I just wanted to talk about
Yeah.
that. I think that's cool.
Oh yeah.
But moving back into the music and moving kind of into something you slightly touched on before was influences. You mentioned some names when it came to like expression and self-expression, but really I want to go into musical influences and artists or anything that influence your music and like you or influence you into getting into music and things like that.
Right. So I don't know, like I said, like Kid Cudi. When I was younger, probably like fourth, fifth, sixth grade, it was like a constant thing. Like on Pandora, it would just be Kid Cudi's like station. So I don't know, it just opened my eyes because he has a lot of different like versatile shit. It's very like spacey, like vibey, like I don't know. Like to me, like his music just like enters your soul and like takes over and kind of like heals a bit. So it's definitely a big influence, but I didn't always make music like this. When I first started off, like songs that had never been out, they were just recorded on a phone by somebody like fucking around because I used to make my own beats. Was like Suicide Boys, like definitely getting heavy into Suicide Boys. Like I think I found them in seventh grade, and then by the time I was making music, freshman sophomore year, like I wanted to be like I don't know, I just thought they were the fucking coolest thing ever. So I really like took a lot of inspiration from that, and obviously I didn't go down the route of making music in that kind of like same genre, but it pushed me to do what I'm doing today. So
That's what's up, man. That's cool. That was cool, especially like Not enough. Like a lot of people mention like a lot of SoundCloud artists when it comes to inspiration, but you mentioning Kid Cudi was like a cool twist on things. I love Kid Cudi. And yeah, his music being spacey and him being also just like such a vocal himself guy, like is
Right,
definitely a
yeah,
great inspiration to have on the approach of music.
most definitely.
Hell yeah. How would you how would you even say that your influences kind of translate into your music exactly? Like if you had to articulate, or is that something that's not so clear?
I mean, it's definitely clear on some of my stuff, cause I don't know, I have a lot of songs that are a lot different, like, they're definitely versatile, so but, like I was mentioning Bones, I don't know if you know his alter ego, Surrender Dorothy, it's, like, a lot
Yeah.
more like a softer kinda, like, tone, like, really just smooth and soft, and he does those, intros and outros, like, kinda like those old, like, recordings, so when I was like, that song that has, like, a 220,000 plays, I searched for hours on, like, YouTube finding, like, clips of, like, back in, like, the '70s of, like, something that pertained to that song, so it happened to be about love, and then I found a video clip from a movie, I don't even remember what it's called, something, like, about love, but it's, like, from the '70s, and I took the audio clip from that and spliced it and kinda edited around, like, for the beginning and the end, and it just fit perfect, but that's something that, like, Surrender Dorothy does, so I wouldn't say that I stole that necessarily, but just took very heavy inspiration from it.
Yeah, you put your own twist on it, you know? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. That's actually like really cool. And I noticed that with one of your songs. I think it was like the top song that we were talking about earlier. And with that, I think it's so cool because it adds like this like theatric element to the
Right,
song.
yeah.
And I
It
think that's
it
really
creates
cool.
more of a story.
Yeah,
Because at the end
exactly.
of the day, I think that's what music is a story, like an adventure that the viewers and listeners get to kinda, like, enjoy with you and go through this story and adventure, and because I don't know, like, I use a lot of metaphors in my music. I'm very big, like, metaphor user, so even if somebody doesn't get it, they kinda take it into their, like, their own thought, and it becomes, like, what they want it to be, which I love, like, kinda like, I don't know, just it doesn't even have to be, like, exactly what I'm talking about. If they perceive it a different way, that's what I like because then it pertains more to them.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely when someone takes your song that you wrote one way and perceives it a whole other way, it's like
Right.
that's like the human existence and experience to like
Most
interpret.
definitely.
You know, we all interpret differently.
That's a sick cup.
Thank you. Thank you. It's my partner's. She loves like Yoshi and all that shit.
Hell yeah.
So yeah. I have like you should see whenever we do the in-person episodes, I'll have to like get a bunch of cups because people will like be here and need water and shit. And I have my
Yeah.
little like showcase mugs. I got like a Texas chainsaw and all that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Quirk.
Clark.
But no, yeah, man. And I think that's really cool though, everything we talked about so far. When it comes and then I want to switch back, I'm gonna bounce back to the other topic about tattooing. What are some of
Yeah.
your influences with that? What got you into tattooing for real?
I don't know, I don't know. I have a buddy, actually my tattoo artist has become, like, one of my best friends, his name is Cherokee. Hit him up on Instagram, does great work. Um, I'd gotten some pieces from some other people before, but I think he gave me, like, my 3rd or 4th tattoo, and I've been with him ever since. He's done, all my tattoos, my whole stomach and ribs and everything like that, and he's, like, very cool and grunge, so I think that, like he's also around my age. I think he's, like, a year or 2 older than me, so I don't know. I thought that that was pretty cool. So I got a machine from some, like, tweaker off OfferUp, a shitty machine, and started blasting all my homies' legs before I knew what the fuck I was doing, and, yeah, I got a little bit better,
That
but
was
I
it.
also stopped doing it for a long time and got out of it and didn't really pursue it like I wanted to at the time, so
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. While you talk about that, or while you were talking about that, I had a great question to ask as well because I don't think I asked it. Where exactly are you from?
I am from Kansas.
Kansas. Wow,
Yeah,
that's a cool
yeah,
one.
yeah, not something people hear too often. Yeah, I'm from Kansas, I was born there, till I was 13, and then our house caught on fire.
Oh
So
no.
after that, yeah, we lived in like a duplex for like a few months, and then my mom and stepdad and two little siblings. My mom and stepdad had been wanting to go to California, so after the house fire, kind of just like pushed us to do it because so much more opportunity and everything. So made the move
Yeah,
over here. I think when I was like 13, and I've been here ever since. My mom and stepdad they moved to Ohio maybe 2 years ago. I moved out there for like 6 months and then wasn't feeling it, so I came back. So now it's just me here with my friends.
that's awesome, man. That's cool. Yeah, Cali's lit. There's a lot of like networking to be done, and like
Oh yeah,
a lot of
very
people to be
much so.
met.
There's a lot of opportunity. It's just this place is expensive, dude. Especially like because I don't have any family here. I rely on myself and like friends, and that's my own doing. Like I could go somewhere else, like a different state with family, but I choose to be here. But financially, it is very hard sometimes. Like I don't know, it's rough, but the
No,
dream is big.
yeah, trust me, I get you. I'm over here in New York City, so
Yeah, I know.
expensive, and it's me and my partner, and I could go, and my family, my fucking mom lives in like upstate New York, but like it's so fucking whack over there. It might as well be Ohio, you know?
Yeah,
So I'm like, and all that other shit, bullshit, family bullshit. You're just like, you know what? Me and my partner will happily, gladly pay this expensive lifestyle, and
right.
here we are. The dream is real. But I
Yeah,
feel you.
sometimes it's worth it.
Oh yeah, I think it's really cool though that you're out there in Cali and you're originally from. That's kind of cool. It's like a what is
It's
it?
a
Who's from Kansas? The one classic movie that I kid the
The
super
Wizard
famous
of Oz.
Wizard of Oz. There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I've heard that joke more times than I could count. You're not in Kansas anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a big one.
That definitely crossed your ears too many times. He's like, "Yep,
Yeah,
I've heard that one too many
yeah.
times."
I was halfway expecting you to say, so I'm glad you didn't.
I brought it up in an unconventional way.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
no, yeah, I think that's really cool that you made that transition all the way to Cali, where I think you would obviously like flourish doing anything creatively when you're in a hot spot like Cali,
Right.
New York,
Yeah,
Chicago, wherever.
yeah. I guess
Eh,
going back to like self-image, like too, like that pushed me to be like myself more too. Like before that in Kansas, like I was a little skater kid trying to wear like tight jeans and shit and all that. Cause after the house fire, I was able to like go get like my own clothes and everything, and like really
Yeah,
pick out my style. And then moving like to California and just seeing like the wide range of different people and different styles is like really cool because it's almost like more accepting that way. Like Kansas is like I don't know. There's people like me like that dress in my style and shit, but it's not common. Like I go back there and obviously like I get looks from everybody, like all the older heads and stuff mostly, but I don't know, I get that shit here too, but it just don't bother me no more.
yeah, no, I resonate with a lot of what you're saying, like exactly to the T, because it really be like that. But that's cool, man. Yeah, obviously, like even outside of music, you're flourishing in multiple aspects, so you get to just be yourself, identity wise. You get to express yourself openly. I think that's really cool
Right.
and very needed for any artist or anyone trying to do anything.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I don't know, people are like, oh, because I don't know. I'm at the end of both things because I've been a creator in an isolated place, and people are like, oh, just go to your local scene, start something where you are, and I'm like.
Right, yeah.
I don't know how possible that is. People aren't very accepting in other settings, So
Of course, yeah.
when you go to a big city and you find your scene or you find a scene and everyone's already like chill with what you've been trying to like break out of
Yeah.
and stuff, it's like. But yeah, no, I think that's cool. I just want to talk about that. I thought that was a cool thing,
Yeah.
Kansas. Hell yeah.
Yeah, Kansas.
And was that a big transition, like going from the east to the west to the east? Or kind of like the Midwest, east, west, however?
Yeah. Yeah, most definitely. I mean, it was an eye opener for sure. I mean, you live in a place that's primarily flat and farm surrounded. I mean, it's not like exactly like how everybody thinks. I'm not like living. We're not like living on a farm. There's still cities, big cities, but
Yeah.
definitely a big change. Being raised there for 13 years of your life, which is not even half of how I've been along. I'm 22, so it's definitely a big change. Like just the scene is so much different. The hills, the trees, the mountains. And I take that a bit for granted now, but sometimes I'll stare at the mountains and be like, damn, like that shit is crazy. Like I used to not have that, and I almost feel bad for like everybody that's still there that will never like leave, because it's
Yeah,
like time moves slower in places like that. Like they're like 2 years behind. Like you come out to a place like this or New York, say like everything is so fast. Like you have so many people, like so much traffic. Like time just moves quicker. Life moves quicker. You go
quick
back
as
somewhere like
hell.
that, and it's slower. It's just like it's a very slow and quiet vibe. Like it's just I don't know. Yeah, it's just that.
Yeah, no, and I think it's cool because what's cool about California, and I mean, the closest I've been there in the West is I've been to Utah, and I think the fucking scenery is like really cool in the West, and I think the mountains and everything is really dope. So it's cool that you can get that aspect and also get like the city fast-paced aspect,
Right. Yeah.
of a busy state, wherever you are in Cali. Because I know there's a little more rural areas in Cali as well.
Yeah. I'm actually from pretty much the same area as some people you've interviewed before. I'm in the Inland Empire. I don't know if you
Whereas
know where that is.
I don't know exactly.
It's it's like in between LA and San Francisco.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, so southern SoCal.
Oh, okay, okay. I know. Yeah, I get it now. I get you now. That's cool, man. That's what's up. Yeah, I've interviewed a couple people, 301 set and all those guys, and I've interviewed.
Yeah,
That's
we have a
cool.
lot of mutual people between us. I don't think I've like directly met anybody from 301, but we have a lot of mutual people that we both know.
That's what's up. Yeah, it's cool. Those are cool guys over there, man. I always think it's so cool when people come on the pod and they'll be like, "Oh, I'm from this state. I'm from this state," and I know like a bunch of other artists from that state. Because I'll be
Yeah,
like, "Yes," because the minute you're on here and you're like, "Yeah, I'm from this state," I'm pretty sure they'll all be like, "Oh shit, let me check your shit out," whatever.
yeah,
Whoever watches, and I think that's always cool.
oh yeah.
Uh, the whole trying to connect everyone, bring everyone together. Um, moving forward though, I don't really know where I go from here. This is where I reach the part where I'm like, you know,
You gotta call a lifeline.
the struggles of the pod. Nah, man, it's crazy though. What you been up to now recently? Now that we kind of covered the past and how you got the name, how you got the image, where you come from, things like that. What are you doing now in the present? What are you working on? What are your priorities? Singles or EPs, album in progress, maybe something like that, you know?
Right, yeah. I don't know, not gonna lie, like lately I've been going through some mental ill type shit, and some days I just don't want to get up out of bed and I don't want to do shit, talk to nobody or nothing like that. But I'd say it's been getting a little bit better lately. I have been making music a lot more frequently. It's not that I don't know, I always seem to like take breaks kind of. Not intentionally, I just lose sight of everything and don't have like that motivation. But lately I would say that like those two songs that I sent you yesterday or today, those are unreleased and those are new ones that I'm working on that I'm gonna put out. I haven't yet decided what I want to do. I've only ever done singles. I've never dropped, like an album or anything like that, because it is a bit scary. But I don't
Oh
know.
yeah.
I think I might go for that because I definitely have a plethora of projects that I can put out soon. So I think I might work for my first album.
Oh
So that'd
yeah.
be pretty cool.
And you're in a good like stance, like I say, like I think it's cool to do the singles and do a single and do a single and do a single when you're like trying to like really build up your numbers and like
Yeah.
get out there because then you have more ways of reaching more people.
Right.
But once you have like a little bit of like a gathering and some numbers, which you do, I think it would be like a great time to do a project.
Yeah.
But it is scary, like putting so much work and commitment to then not knowing what the results will be.
Right. Yeah. Because I mean, you put it on an album, and if you're not like a very well known artist, you're not typically gonna get a lot of plays and views on a lot of your songs, and that in itself is scary. But also, like, I feel like when you do like singles, like I don't really know how to explain it, but I feel like even me just doing singles, I've still built up like a very nice like fan base and nice like viewership. So yeah, I definitely think it's time to do an album. I think that'd be pretty dope.
Oh yeah. And with the sound of that and with the sound, well, kind of, you know what? I gotta go back in the past real quick, real quick.
Yeah.
When you started all the way back in 2017, what sound were you really aiming for? What were you going for? Like, was it
Like I
that
said, like
Bones vibe, like, or like
yeah, I
that?
mean, I wanted to do shit like Suicide Boys, like that faster kind of like 3 6 Mafia, like Memphis type shit. But I think I was in psychology class and I was like writing lyrics to Sky Full of Crows, like the first song that I put out. And I don't know, I just found a beat and it wasn't Suicide Boys, like anything oriented. I was like making the song. I think it took me like maybe like 30 minutes to make it. I had no idea what the hell I was doing. I didn't have like my voice because I still like want to do like Suicide Boys type shit. And I didn't like look nothing up on like how to sound like nobody, nothing like that. I layered my voice and now I do it a lot differently with a lot more layers. But when I made that first song, it was just two vocals, one lower one and like one kind of normal one. It sounds so shitty, but it's like my roots, I guess, so I have to appreciate it. But then I just yeah, started layering my voice and really like finding like my sound and tune and everything. So that's what I do. I don't use autotune. No hate to anybody that does, but personally I like my voice like more natural because I can tune it better myself, like just like naturally, like high pitch,
Right.
low pitch, mid pitch, but I uh I layer like a lot, so that's where I get like that kind of like
That's
I don't
what's
know, it
up.
just brings it together for me.
That's what's up. That's really cool. That's like not heard of, you know? I think everyone uses like autotune in 2024. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
But oh, I got to burp. There we go. But I was gonna say that's really cool, and I just wanted to talk about that and really just place where your roots come from, because then to now ask you in the future and what you're working on and where you are, what have your influences kind of been? Like, what are you going for sound wise? You know, just where are you mood wise? You know, you said you've been kind of feeling down, so has that been reflecting in the music,
Oh,
etc.
most definitely, yeah. I think one of the songs I sent you, uh I think I titled it "I Swear I'm Fine" or something like that. Like that's a very big like insight as to what like is going on like mentally with me. So
Yeah,
but like I said, like if I drop this album, I make songs based on how I'm feeling. So it's gonna be a lot of different vibes, you know. It's not all gonna be like super sad and super like slow and stuff, and some are just gonna be more like vibey and chill, just like spaced out, and some of them are gonna be like faster pace, you know. So definitely a different variety of songs. So it's not just an album of the same like copy and paste vibe. You get a lot of everything and my whole story, so you get to follow me.
that's cool, man. Yeah, you make it like I like that though because you know, like how you carry your music in your discography is like a timeline or like a
Right.
milestones. Like you could tell it's like timestamps, you know, and you could tell where you
Yeah.
are in every section of everything. And I think that's cool. And I try to even like apply that myself with like my scarce discography that's there. And so I think that's really cool because like it's real as fuck and like people your listeners can grow with you in that way, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's really nice. It creates that sense of humanity that I feel like we miss, especially now in today's world, you know?
Yeah, yeah. That's definitely something that I appreciate. Like, I'd say lately, like I haven't put out a whole bunch of music lately, but I feel like my music has been getting better. I'm just not getting those views anymore. It is a bit discouraging at some points, and it kind of bums you out, you know, when you put so much work and it just doesn't get recognized. Because you know, in your head, you know, if that just gets to the right set of ears, it could really go somewhere, but it doesn't. At least not
Right.
right now. So yeah, it's a bit discouraging, but I think more than the viewership, I appreciate just being able to like resonate with people and to share like a story and to share like a mood and a feeling with people like to relate with.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man, that's really cool. I like that. I like that you're just like a what's the word? Like you can resonate with you, you know? Like and
Right,
you
yeah.
have that realness to you. Like you have that humanity to you. I guess everyone is too busy nowadays trying to be perfect. And like
Right, yeah.
whether it's with music and everyone's trying to I don't know, like you know, everyone has their own idea of perfect, but everyone's just very like but then when it comes to trying to be perfect, nothing in life is perfect. Nobody is perfect.
Right,
So
yeah.
when you go for that invisible brass ring, you're not gonna ever reach anything, and you end up just separating yourself from what we really truly resonate with, which
Right, yeah.
is imperfection, and that's what we are. You know. So I think
Right,
that's really
yeah, yeah.
cool.
Yeah, because most definitely my songs aren't perfect by any means. I mean, a lot of my songs have been recorded in my car. Like I don't really have like a studio setup. I have an old laptop. I recently just bought a new mic for like 50 bucks on Amazon. And then just a pair of like gaming headphones that I've been using that were passed down from my buddy. So it's a really tight ship of making music, but I think I like it like that. Like I've never been in a studio or a booth or nothing like that. I don't know how to mix and master, so you're not getting the best quality from my music, but that's why it's like raw. It's you
Uh,
know?
Hell yeah, bro. I feel you. I feel you. Trust me, I feel you. I'm like the same exact way. It's like I don't know the beeps and the boops of this fucking computer. I don't
Right.
know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it and it hits. I gotta ask you, when's your birthday?
October 17th.
October 17th. What are you? What does that make you? A Libra?
I'm a Libra, yeah.
Libra, okay. I'm like, you're either like, cause I like whenever I meet people like you, cause you're like talking about like, yeah, the realness, the realness. I'm like, you're a fucking Aquarius. No, you're a Libra. But I have a Libra rising, so that's cool. That's what's up. I'm like, I resonate with
Okay,
you a
hell
little
yeah.
too much. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's
Hell
up,
yeah.
man. That's what's up.
When's your birthday? What day?
February 10th.
Okay, okay, so it's coming up.
Yeah, yeah, it is. I have like a month, less than a month.
Hell yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, bro. Happy belated in that case,
Yeah,
right?
happy belated. Yeah, happy early birthday.
There we go. Yeah, no, but yeah, bro. I'm turning 21. That shit's like wild, you know?
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
21 is I don't know, because I'm assuming like you're like me, like we've been drinking since like 15, 14 and doing crazy shit. So by the time you get to 21, it's like,
Actually, nah, I was a pretty like goody two shoes as a youngling. Like I've only ever
yeah,
like smoked, yeah. Like
that's good though.
I started smoking when I was 15. Like I would hit the pens and shit and just start getting high every
Yeah,
now and then. But yeah.
yeah. I think I started smoking when I was like 13, 14, but I don't even smoke no more. Like I just get too much anxiety from it. I love to be around it. Like I love the smell, I love the taste and everything. Like I just can't do it no more. Like I just get too bad of anxiety.
Hell yeah. No, I feel you. When I like, bro, any interaction I had with weed from like 15 to like 18, 19 was like
Yeah,
always like I would get super anxious. I would have to sleep it off, you know, not like super, super anxious. Like I'd be chilling, but like in my internal, I know I'm just there and I'm like,
yeah,
I don't feel like the best, you know?
yeah.
I could
No.
always like man it, you know, but it's like,
No, yeah, I remember, I think 8th grade, me and my buddies were getting high in his shed before school, and it was called Alien OG, because I won't forget that strain. That shit fucked me up. We smoked like 6, 7 bowls back to back with like 4 of us, and
oh
we went
shit.
to go sit in his kitchen. We had like 30 minutes before school. I just fucking passed out. Like, I fell to the ground because I was sitting down, and then I was having like a crazy trip in my head. I could see like all my memories in this circle, and it was getting smaller, and all around that was just like pitch, like just white. And
Yeah.
so I get up a little bit later, and we're walking to school, and I'm fucking zooted. I'm faded. I'm having a panic attack. Like shit is not cool. We get into school, and maybe like 20 minutes into our first class, over the intercoms, I hear that everybody needs to go to the auditorium because I forgot that that day was a spelling bee that I had signed up for. So I had to get up on stage with the microphone in front of everybody that
Yo.
the whole fucking school, and I'm like, I can barely stand at this point. I'm fucking seeing Looney Tunes in the sky. I'm playing Mario Kart in my mind,
Yo.
and I go to say some words like because I'm about to start like I'm at the mic, and my English teacher, Miss DeLillo, I think her name was. She's a bitch. Shout out to her. She did not like me at all. So she didn't tell me that it wasn't just a spelling bee. You had to do a whole project report on certain words. And she didn't, I was not aware of that, so I didn't have that. So when I'm on stage and they asked me to present my project, I couldn't even form a word. Like I was just stuck up there staring at everybody staring at me. So I had to go to the judges and be like, hey, I didn't do that shit. Nobody told me to do that. I can't do this right now. And I just walked off stage.
Simple. Real
Yep.
as fuck. He was just like,
Yeah.
yo, ain't nobody give me the prep, you know,
Yeah.
I'm gone.
I don't even know like why I did that shit either. I mean, they would have been like, "All right, your word is cat," and I would have been like, "DOG." I
That's
just would have
it.
fucked it up.
Gone. Yeah, no, that's crazy, bro. Yeah, the fucking it's okay. I was just having this conversation like yesterday. You know what? When the first time you got high, this is the conversation I was having yesterday. The first time you got high, what was the first thing you ever had for the munchies?
I don't even remember. I know that I think I was in like an apartment or something, like a hotel or something. I don't even think I don't even think I got the munchies. I remember the strain. It was strawberry OG or strawberry Kush, and I think I just remember taking a shower and I felt like I was in a rave. Like I just couldn't stop laughing. Like there was like colorful lights everywhere. Like I was just having a time of my life. I don't even remember like what I ate. Like I don't even think I ate nothing. I just vibing.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I don't know. It was a funny. I got asked that question yesterday, and like I didn't expect myself to even remember. Like I got asked that question, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like I wouldn't remember, and I
Yeah,
literally
that's
thought
an
about
odd
it.
question. That's not something you think about.
Yeah, yeah, and you know what? The first time I ever got high was in I was on vacation with my family in fucking Egypt, and my mom had her fucking wax. I think that I'm pretty sure it's a crime. Egypt, I'm lying, and she had her
It
wax,
wasn't
and
him.
she let me hit it, bro, and I was 15, bro. First time ever in taking THC, and it's full. It's wax. It's not just
Yeah,
a regular spliff, nothing. Yo, I took that shit. I was zooted with the fucking pyramid, like the silhouette of the pyramids over here and shit.
motherfuckers started seeing mummies and shit.
Facts, yo, and I had a fucking fat, juicy burger, and it was
Oh hell
delightful.
yeah.
That shit was
Man,
great.
Egypt, that sounds crazy. I never been like outside of the country like that.
Yo, bro, I'm grateful. My stepdad's Egyptian, so we were just going to visit
Oh
family
hell
and shit.
yeah.
Yeah, and that shit was really cool, bro. It's cool over there because it's like hot, but it's not like humid, so it's cool. And
Right,
they have
yeah. It's
all
still like
the
that still yeah. I see a lot of videos of like tourists going and they got their like GoPro with them and then all like the scandal people like rush towards them and like ride my camel, ride my camel. I'll show you the way over here. No, no, no.
yep, yep,
And they're like, nah, leave me alone. Let me do my own thing.
yep, the scammers. I got to take a picture with a camel, but there was all those people that like want to like take you along the trail and shit. It's like,
Yeah,
bro, no,
chill out, dude.
chill out, bro. No, yeah, it's a fun time though. It's really cool. That, but you know what? I'm not gonna lie. Going to fucking plain old Utah was like my funnest vacation ever.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was really cool. You know,
that's dope, dude.
being in the Salt Lake, you float like nothing because it's so salty and it
Oh
smells
yeah, yeah.
very weird. And they have all these like shrimp, like these very small shrimp.
They eat like the dead skin on you or some shit.
Nah, I mean they
I heard
probably do. I don't
I
know.
heard of shrimp like that. That's why I was
Yeah,
asking.
they might, but yo, those shrimp play a big part of Utah's economy. Apparently, it's
That's
crazy.
crazy. No, that's
Yeah.
cool though that your best like trip wasn't like some crazy extravagant place like Egypt, but it was Utah.
Yeah, man. Dude, people don't realize how much there is to travel in our own country.
Oh yeah,
Every
there's so much, dude.
everyone like I don't know, like in New York, especially being Hispanic, everyone wants to go to Florida for some reason. That's where everyone settles. I don't know
Yeah.
why. And then everyone wants to go to PR, everyone wants to go to Florida. Bro, there's so much cool shit in the West, in Alaska. Like
Oh yeah,
America has so much cool shit, bro.
most
Like
definitely.
scenery and stuff, you know?
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah,
I
that's
think
why.
one of my favorite places I visited was maybe like Montana. Just like the nature out there was so dope. I have a few like I used to like travel a lot when I did have family over here. We'd go to like Yellowstone and places like that, like national parks, and a lot of my videos, like music videos, are recorded in spots like that.
Nice.
So I think it's dope. I guess like I could say like that's like another kind of influence like from like the underground grunge scene. Like I like that old like retro like VHS kind of like look on like my
Yeah.
videos.
Hell yeah, that like when that hit in like 2016, 2017, when that like wave came through, it stood.
Oh yeah.
Everyone loved the VHS
'Cause
videos.
yeah, it just fits like the music. Like I would rather have like distorted and grunge like video rather than like a super like ultra 4K like clear image of like just like with certain songs like it just fits better.
Hell yeah, bro. With that I wanted to say as well, talking about music videos and talking about that's like a whole other can of worms to open up, which is cool that you had like even an influence for that, like to do them in like rural spots and shit like that. Like I think that's sick.
Yeah.
national parks. Also, Montana is fucking sounds cool. That's like mountains and stuff over
Oh, it
there,
was so
right?
dope. Yeah, it was so dope. We were right next to like a lake and shit. It was so cool.
That's sick. But with that, I want to say, how many music videos you got under your belt, and how's that going? What have you worked on? What are you working on, etc.
uh, I think I have, let's see, maybe like 4 or 5. Nothing too crazy. Um, some of them are like the one that you and I were talking about, Static Symphony, that has like the most plays. I think that was the first music video I made, and it's so cringy, like, to watch back now. Like, it's cool, like, I used to have, like, my homies record it for me, like, on the phone, but, like, I directed everything, like, I had a vision of what I wanted to do, so we would just go out and do that, and it'd just be, like, a random, like, chaos, but, like, put together, like, nicely, so definitely, like, cringe to go, like, look back on it, but like I said, it's a staple of, like, my roots in the beginning, so I'll always appreciate it. Um As far as, like, new music videos, my roommate, one of my best friends, Evan, he actually does, like, editing and stuff for, like, videos, so he did my last music video. It's a song called Motel Blues, and that one's not like the other ones. It's not like, retro, like VHS and, like, old grungy. It's, like, I'd say, like, a little bit more modern with, like, all, like, the different, like, editing and, like, transitions and everything. It's super dope, but definitely gonna work on some more soon. He just got a new, GoPro, so dude's killer with editing, and I'm thankful to have him as a friend and everything that he's done for me. So it helps out a lot and makes everything sail a lot smoothly. So
Bro, that's what's up. That's awesome. Um, I'm a big music video guy. I'm definitely gonna check them out after this interview now. I'm kind of glad
oh
that you
yeah,
told me about that. And I'm glad you mentioned it on the pod, so people out there could check in the description below. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. No, that's sick, bro. And that's cool that you have your friends help with that and like collaborate with that as well, like bringing other people into your vision and shit like that, you know?
right, yeah.
It's important and it's really cool. And that's cool, man. How do you like really approach your music videos? Like when you decide like I want to do a music video, is it like how you go with choosing a song? Is it like, oh, I just want to do a song because it's like popping, or it's like, oh no, this song has like such a deep story. It's like I want to like, you
Right,
know?
yeah. I say a bit like a mixture of both. Like with Static Symphony, like that song was blowing up so big that like I just had to make a music video for it. It was such like a dope song to already have a music video for it. Like, and I feel like I bring like a lot of like I would almost say, like, corny a bit, but, like, a lot of interesting aspects to, like, my ideas because it's all, like, home done, it's nothing crazy, like, studio, nothing like that, so I think in that music video, I had a excuse me,
Of
a
course.
buddy who was helping me record. He's my old neighbor, and I had a BMW at the time, and I had him sitting on the hood of my car, and I was probably doing about, like, 40 miles an hour. He was recording me through the windshield. I had, like, a skeleton, like a Halloween prop, like, sitting in my passenger side, and I was just, like, talking to it, like, the lyrics, but that motherfucker was just hanging on the hood. I was doing, like, 40. It wasn't, like, stage, like, no green screen or nothing. He was really
No,
doing
no.
that shit, so
Yeah. Yo, that's gangster as fuck. DIY to
yeah.
the fullest. It's like, yo, we're
Yeah,
gonna put you on the hood of the car going 40.
and he was down with that shit too, and it came out clean, so I'm super thankful that that happened.
That's good, bro. And as he continues to like expand, because you say he got the new camera and stuff, it's cool because like you can get like these like little fucking pop socket things from like Amazon that'll stick to the fucking hood
Oh,
of your
yeah.
car and the
Yeah.
tripods. So but that's gangster that he did it himself, you know? Like that's so what's
Yeah.
up.
Yeah,
That's
no,
cool, man.
definitely cool. I don't know, like, I haven't made a music video in a little while other than that one Motel Blues, but I'd say, like, if I just have, like, a deeper meaning to a song, yeah, like, a lot of my lyrics are, like, metaphors, and sometimes, like, when I would be, like, out in Montana per se or something just, like, in full nature and submerged by nothing but nature, some of my metaphoric lyrics come from, like, nature, so I use a lot of, like, references, like trees, rocks, fire, whatever, so that's kinda what brings that element of me being able to do a music video and have, like, specific parts when I'm talking about, uh for one instance, in a song, I was talking about letting a boulder just fall down a hill
Mm-hmm.
and or a rock fall down the hill or something, and I really did that. You can see it in one of the music videos. I pushed a giant ass rock, and it rolled down this hill in Montana. It was
That's what's
gnarly,
up.
but it's dope to like be able to like resonate with what I'm talking about, so you can visually see it.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, I was like to have that visual representation of the lyrics, like really, because you gotta remember that people are like different like learners. Like people are auditory
Exactly,
learners,
yeah.
people are visual learners. And so for you to have like those different elements of sensory stimulation or whatever you want to call it,
Right, yeah.
I like that. That's really cool. And it really makes it like it makes you like it's impactful for like the actual meaning of the lyric, but then also it would make someone think, like, okay, what does that mean now that I'm like visualizing and seeing this rock going down this hill?
Right, exactly, yeah. It's a cool process to be able to do and, like, see when it's all, like, put together. It makes everything worthwhile, even if nobody does listen to it. Because the reality of it is, when I make a song, I make not only, like, what I'm feeling right now, and maybe that's why I listen to it so much because it's me and I feel that,
Right.
but I make music that I wanna listen to, kinda like how I was telling you, like, I do tattoos that I like, so I'll listen when I made a song, like, those 2 songs I sent you, I've listened to those more than 100 times. Just in my car, just vibing to them, just because I like them, and also I like to hear every different aspect of it. What do I need to change for this? What sounds better there? So, I, like, relentlessly listen to my music after I make it just to make sure it's, like, all cool, and I just genuinely enjoy, like, being able to see and hear that full process when I'm done doing it, because it does take a lot of work.
Yeah, bro, I feel you. I gotta well, that's after. No, I feel you because like trust me, when I make a new song, bro, it's like I'll get sick of it. I'll get sick of it because of how much I play it.
Exactly, yeah.
I'll
I
be
seen
like,
you wearing
damn.
your PJs. I'm wearing some too right now.
Hell yeah, bro. The fucking
Hell yeah.
holiday PJs stay on. I don't give a
Yes,
fuck.
sir.
Yeah, bro. It's nice and comfy today, bro. I'm chilling right now. It's a nice what Thursday, right?
I
Nice
believe
day.
so, yeah. Yeah, it's
Alright.
Thursday.
Hell yeah. I wanted to ask though. Hold on. I left my mind definitely for a second. Just give me a second to get it back.
You're good.
Oh, I gotta ask about like kind of like what influences you to be with like any cryptic lyrics. This is like me asking as a musician because like I
Yeah.
feel you. I'd be like, yeah, bro. Like I'd be on some abstract shit, and I know what like I mean behind the lyrics, and I'm like,
Exactly.
what
So
drives other people to do it?
right, I guess you could say I don't even really know how to explain it. Kinda like an inside joke with yourself, but it's not even a joke, it's just like an inside, like I don't know, like I said, I use a lot of metaphors and, like, cryptic shit, and sometimes I don't want people to know exactly what I'm talking about. Sometimes I like it better when people have to decrypt it, but they're never gonna decrypt it in the way that I intended, so it's gonna be into their own mind and whatever they think that this means, and that way it resonates more with them, but having, like, more cryptic and, like, metaphoric, like, I don't know, I think this shit's just dope, like, because only I really understand, and if you're, like, real close to me, then, you probably know too, but only I understand, like, what that lyric means. So when
Right,
somebody's like, "Oh, what does this mean? Does this mean this and that?" I'm like, "It means whatever you want it to mean."
right.
It's for you as a listener, this is for you,
Back
this is
to
like
the interpretation part of it
right,
all.
yeah, it's like reading a book versus watching a movie. When you're watching a movie, you get to see everything, but when you read a book, you have to imagine it in your head, and it becomes kind of your own story. Like, it becomes what you make it, so you almost make this story with the author, and I think that that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. It's really cool, man. You put a lot of like thought into this stuff, and I think that's really cool because when you just have that approach to music, it becomes like so much cooler, so much funner.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a numbers game.
Right.
It's nothing lame. It's like no, it's just storytelling, real
Exactly, yeah.
music, real sound. I fuck with that, bro. I fuck with that heavy. It's
Thank
like
you.
people like you and artists like you like restore because I don't ever lose faith in music. Obviously, music is
Right,
universal
yeah.
and universe and forever.
It gets a
Um,
little bit rocky sometimes, though, I can't lie.
some
Sometimes I hear this new shit. I'm not gonna, like, name drop, like, famous artists or nothing, but I don't know, some of the new shit is just absolutely wild.
Yeah, I can't really listen to the mainstream. It's like I'll listen to like
Yeah,
underground now or like
yeah.
mainstream from the past because
Right, yeah, but, like, old mainstream, like, I like my older music, like, my older movies, like, I don't typically like watching new movies, I gravitate towards '80s, '90s, early 2000s just because it's so much more original, not played out, it's so much more, like, genuine, it's just, like, raw. Same with
yo,
music, like, '80s,
facts.
'90s, early 2000s, that's when shit was really popping, like, just a different time, like, I know we're in a new era now, but I don't know, I guess that's, like, everybody, like, you hear old heads being like, "Oh, like, this music nowadays is trash, but they liked their music, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's definitely hard as an artist to be in this like new era because like everything is so modern and
Oh
electronic and
yeah,
techno and I can only hope but feel like music is just inevitably becoming more like pop and like hyper. Like if I listen to music, like rap is becoming like well, rap and hip hop is like pop now. So
yeah,
it's automatically like super rate like palatable for the radio. So it's super
right, yeah,
poppy and electronic because we're in a new internet age
yeah.
still.
It's kind of
And
all just like blending together in my eyes. Like a lot of it is just like mashing together, and it's become a lot less of what it used to be. And that is kind
exactly.
of like buggy seeing like these new artists, whether they're industrial plants or whatever you call them. I don't know, just like these goofy artists that like make it so big and they're literally just talking about the most nonsense shit ever. And it's like kind of buggy because as an artist, like I'm not saying they don't put a lot of hard work into their shit. Everybody does, but coming from like such genuine and raw like emotion music, it's a bit buggy as an artist to see somebody blow up with just the most nonsense shit and then to get such high
Surface,
numbers and
yeah.
such yeah.
Hell yeah, bro. Yeah, man. It's crazy. It really is crazy. And like back to like what I was like saying, like I like that you like talk about the realness of older music and shit like that. And like again, like I can only imagine it reflects back on your work itself and how you care about your work. And I feel you on that one because like even like when I'm looking for like instrumentals or shit, like damn, I'll be like sometimes I'll be like, damn, I want to do something that's like I don't know. I listen to a lot of like country and a lot of like old hardcore. So like everything's
Yeah.
very like instrumental. Everything's guitars, drums, bass,
Yeah.
like the old basics. And I really like that stuff, and I was like, "Damn, I want, like, an instrumental with, like, a little more of that," and I just can't help but feel like maybe it's because of my environment, because 'cause I'm in New York, a lot of these kids are doing, like, a lot more hip
Like
hop,
drill.
rap
Yeah.
yeah, and then they're also doing, like, a lot more electronic and, like, in the alternative scenes, it's a lot more electronic music, you
Yeah.
know? And I'm just like, "Damn," like, I really don't feel like I have a place in any of these spots
Yeah.
because I wanna make something, like, almost, like, hickish, like, it's country, like, or, like,
Yeah.
folk, like
Right, yeah. Like going back with the beat too, like I know, yeah, I like beats that make me and anybody else listening like there's like a straight up band. Like it's not just like all automated and everything. So I definitely like beats like that. But sometimes I like very simple beats that aren't like too extravagant or like played out because I don't know, it's hard when you're making a song. Sometimes the beat overplays your vocals and the beat is just like so cool that when somebody says,
eh
"Oh, I like your song. I really dig that beat." They don't say nothing about your vocals, but sometimes it's the opposite. They're like, "I really like your vocals on this track," and they don't say nothing about that beat. So it's hard to like find a balance where the beat resonates with your voice and it all like comes one and everything is just on the same level.
That's facts. That's facts. That's like an unspoken rule of like it's
Right.
crazy. Yeah. You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. I've seen it too many times where people be like and even like making music, like I'll have a beat and the beat will be fucking extravagant. I'm like, yo, I need to hop on this non record. And I'll be like,
Yeah.
damn, disappointed. You're just there, like I
Yeah.
put my all into this, but the beat just keeps overshadowing me.
Yeah. But it is cool to have like a nice beat though, because believe it or not, like I know, like, some people, like, people that I don't even, like, really know, like, some people have just told me, like, as fans or listeners, like, people view music differently. Not everybody some people only listen to lyrics, right? Some people only listen to the beat. Like, they're not, like, a big lyric person, so whether they're fucking with your song or not, I appreciate it, but some people only, like, really, like, vibe, like, they don't listen to, like, the words. They just, like, listen to the beat and like let that take over and they just like that vibe of like whatever they're not looking for the lyrics, but some people are the complete opposite. Some people like hear every word you're saying and they're like going for the lyrics and that's what they're listening to. So I think it's quite interesting that people view music different. Like that's not something you really think about all the time because you view music the way you do and I view music the way I do and you kind of just leave it at that, but there's so many different ways that people view music.
And it all goes back to interpretation.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. No, yeah, and I think that's really cool. And yeah, I saw a post on Instagram like the other day, and it was like, oh, like how to get everyone to like your art, and it's like you can't, and it's because everyone interprets
Yeah.
differently. So not everyone's gonna like what you're putting out,
Right, yeah.
but you'll find the pocket for it eventually.
Oh, yeah, there's a pocket for everything, even if it's something you and I don't agree with or necessarily like, there's a groove for everything.
Yeah, I've had people discuss like a handful of like weird niche like styles or like like influences. Like one that always sticks out to me is like some kid that we had on a podcast mentioned crabcore. And I was like, that's so crazy. And it's like the kids fucking like bending down with the guitar like a crab, and like
Oh,
fucking
yeah,
it's like heavier alt shit. And I'm like, that's
yeah.
really cool. And then, I've had people talk about however the fuck dubstep and shit still
Oh,
like
yeah.
I'm like, bro,
Dubstep
that's
used to be
cool.
the shit.
Dubstep was the shit.
There's so
Facts.
many different types of music though, like, there's a lot that you and I don't even know about. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but there's a form of music genre that's from plants. It's electric stimulation where they put it onto, like, the plants, like
I've seen
live
those.
plants, and it creates, like, a noise and vibrations, and that in itself is a whole genre, so it's, like, crazy, like, how many different, like, aspects of music you can really boil it down to.
That's crazy. It's like crazy. Like there's a science to it, but then there's like also a spiritual science to these fucking plants making these
Yeah.
vibrations. That's so sick. But yeah, no, yeah, there really is a genre for everything, and I love all genres. I listen to jazz, country, rap, drill, fucking whatever subgenres of every umbrella term there is. I fuck with them,
Right, yeah.
and yeah, there's a lot of music, and you know what? It's just like for me as an artist, having that awareness that there's so much music can be a little intimidating because I'll be like,
Most definitely.
I'll feel like I have to fit into a box because there's so much music that there's a box for everything,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's no
There's a
longer just
box
like
inside of a box, yeah.
oh, music, one
Right,
giant general spectrum. It's like no box, 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 box,
right.
box. And so it's a little intimidating, but like it's better than also knowing just one genre and only doing that genre because
Right,
that's all
yeah.
you know. Yeah.
It's also a bit, like, intimidating and a bit unmotivating, like, to see how many people are in the music industry or, like, trying to make it, like, however many you think there are right now, there's at least twice that many, you know? There's just so many people making music that it's like, how am I gonna be the one to make it? Because there's people that make better music than me with less views than me, you know? So I think that that shit's crazy. It's all just about reach.
It all warps my mind, and it's super
Yeah.
discouraging. I've had, like, people send me songs, or I've just stumbled upon songs, dudes, fucking couple hundred plays, and I'm like, "Wow, this shit's fucking amazing." And I'll look at my shit that has, like, 1,000 plays, and it's not, like, even me, like, comparing on some, like, lame-o
Right,
shit.
yeah,
I'll
no.
just, like, listen to my shit, and I'll be like, "My shit's not even half as good as this motherfucker's
Right,
song,"
yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it's crazy and it's super discouraging because like I don't know, it's hard to stand out in an age where everyone's trying to stand out
Right,
and
yeah.
stuff. It's crazy.
That's why, like, at a point, like, you just make music for you and hope that whatever happens, happens. Because at the end of the day, you gotta realize there's a million other motherfuckers just like you doing trying to do the same thing, you know? We're all trying to make it to the same place, so it's hard to, like, wanna keep making music, but then you realize, like, you're not making music just for that reason. Of course, that's great, like, that's your big dream, you know, but just making music for yourself and whoever wants to listen to it is pretty dope.
Yeah. Hell yeah, bro, exactly. Like, I don't know. I think I saw a thing from like Rick Rubin or something and on Instagram and it was like, oh, or it might have been YouTube. And he was just like, oh, bro, like you just gotta create music with like no expectation for how it's gonna do number wise, for where it's gonna go,
Exactly.
for where it's gonna get you. It's like don't even care about how it's like, if you feel like you fuck with it, don't even care about how different it is. Just put that shit out and keep
Right,
putting it
yeah.
out to get
Most definitely.
the wheel rolling. And I think it's so
Yeah.
yeah.
That definitely helped me out a lot, though, like, seeing, like, my first song pop off like that, even though it was so shitty, and then I put out another few songs, and then one of those happened to be my top listened song, like, to this day, like, definitely, like, boost my ego a bit and helped me, like, wanna make music and, like, get into it more, like, seeing, like, visually, like, the numbers go up and people listen to it and, like, the feedback and everything is, like, such a crazy, like I don't know, if you haven't, like, really, like, been through that or endured it, like, it's just, like, a feeling that you can't really describe, like, I don't know, it's just such a good feeling.
Oh yeah, it restores like your faith. And it
Oh, yeah.
also not only does it restore your faith, but it kind of like reminds you that like shit is fate. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's
I
like
mean,
you'll see a song like just do well, and you weren't like, I don't know about you, but like I'm super critical of myself. So like when I make music, it's like I just like shit on myself. Like I find
oh
any way
yeah,
to shit
same
on
way with me. Yeah,
myself,
because we're the artists, so we see exactly everything that happened, the flaws and everything like that.
everything, and with all of that, bro, it's like I'll put a song out like half liking it. I'm like, you know what? I can't really do anything to make it better. But I don't even
Right.
know if I really fuck with it, but it's not bad. But I don't know, like I'm sick of it at this point because I
Exactly.
listened
Yeah.
to it like 80 times. I'm like, put it out, and it'll be out,
Yeah.
and then it'll do well, and you're like, oh wow, people fuck with it, and all of a sudden the
Right.
song's completely fine. It's great.
Right. And that's the greatest feeling too. Like being like so young when we start making music. Like personally for me, like when my first song popped off, like it was crazy to see like some dumbass fucking kid in high school was making music, but people actually like it. People actually fuck with it. Like adults, kids, like people you'll never meet in your life, like listen to it. So it's like crazy to like see that happen. It's so motivating.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. And I hope what I hope for the future with music is that we get better ways of getting discovered because I think the only thing that like holds back musicians besides like just the fact there's just like a plethora of us and there's not so many like there's not enough ears to listen to all the music that's out there.
Oh yeah.
I feel like a lot of our streaming services, whether it's SoundCloud or Spotify, either don't do enough or do things even against like our interest as artists.
Right, most definitely. And
And
like
I'm
I
you know,
only have music out on SoundCloud. That's where every single one of my songs is at. That's out. And then YouTube has some of them, and then some music videos. But I'm not on like Spotify, and it's not because I don't want to. I just honestly been lagging on it a lot. I mean, for years. So,
it's hard to fucking upload everything to a distributor and fucking
yeah.
have that shit, you know? Yeah.
So yeah. So I don't have like I guess like now thinking about it, I don't have like all of that outreach like because I'm only on basically like one platform and then YouTube too. But yeah, so I'm definitely like gonna get going on Spotify. It's just gonna be a process. Like I've had like so many people like text me or like even people I know like, is it on Spotify? Why won't this be on Spotify? When will this be on Spotify? So I think that's definitely something I'm gonna work towards just to get like,
Just to have that
you know,
reach.
yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool, but the thing about Spotify and like streaming services is there's like with SoundCloud or YouTube, you could put a hashtag or a tag
Mhm.
and it works, you know, like it'll work. It'll reach to the demographic you're trying to reach and you'll get your views and your plays to a degree.
Yeah.
Spotify or Apple, you're just throwing it into a
Right.
void because trying to get on a playlist, I still don't understand the concept of what the fuck that means. It's like, bro, you know, I try to apply them or what's the word? You send them out for request and
Oh yeah. So yeah, I don't even know how none of that shit works. I'm like
yeah.
way behind on everything.
And that's like I don't know, people are too intricate about because that's like how people grind their Spotify plays. They'll be like, yeah, you gotta get on a playlist. You gotta get on playlists so
Yeah. See,
people
I didn't even know that.
yeah, yeah, and I really only know it by words because I don't really even know what that means in itself. And it's just like fuck that, bro. Like SoundCloud is like such a better platform, and even then, like they have improvement to do. But I'm
Oh
grateful that we
yeah.
even have that platform to like
Oh yeah.
freely upload on.
I think somebody's about to buy SoundCloud for I think it's like $1 billion. Like I just seen a post on that.
Me too, and I
So
saw
yeah, hopefully like it doesn't go to like shit. Hopefully it really does improve because I think that that's what we need as artists and like underground artists that are even like lower like and just like starting off like yeah, I don't know because there's so much talent out there and like you said, there's not enough ears to listen to everything out there, but so many good songs out there that just need listened to that just aren't getting that listened to, and that's so discouraging to have like such a great song and only have like X amount of views, and it's like I don't know.
yeah, literally, literally. Moving on forward slightly, I want to talk more about just now the future and what do you plan on working on? Where do you plan on going? And this could be the near future, it could be the far future. Just musically, music video, stuff like that, merch,
Right.
you know, any
Merch, definitely, yeah. I've made clothes in the past. I used to do screen printing. Me and my roommate, he does crazy shit on his PC. So, and I got my iPad for tattoos and stencils. So, I think we are gonna work on making some clothes soon, like a merch line and stuff. maybe not directly correlate. Maybe I'll have like a section directly correlated towards music, but in itself, I also just like making clothes because that's this type of shit that I want to wear, and it's art. But definitely clothes soon, and then music videos. I got to go through the list of what I want to do and kind of like figure out exactly like what I want to do, where I want to do it, and then but definitely some new music videos on the way. I'm feeling like really good about myself in music lately, so I feel like I'm gonna elevate a bit more. Like I'm learning more things. Like when it comes down to knowing like the programs and the gears of everything, like on FL Studio is what I use. Like I really don't know much. I also don't use like a lot of plugins. Like all I use is a noise gate to cancel out any other noise out, and then like reverb and delay. Like I really don't use like crazy plugins, so I never like really had to learn it. But I don't know like mixing and mastering, so I'm gonna try to get into that too, just to get like that more like crisp, clear sound. And then
Yeah,
yeah, definitely like I have like if you were to go on my notes right now, I could send you a video of like 100 like unfinished songs. Like it's crazy. Some
hell
of them
yeah,
I'll
bro.
never be able to get back to though. There's some songs that I wish I could put out, but I just can't because when I first started off, I had like an older Apple. It was like a 2007 or something. I just picked it up,
Yeah,
and that ended up breaking. I want to say like 2 years ago, and I just lost like everything that I ever made. So had to start new, which was a bit like discouraging, and I wasn't getting into it for a while, but got back into it, and I got some songs underneath my belt, so I'm feeling pretty good.
I've seen that happen so many times where people fucking like it's like go on a ramble real quick. I've seen it too many times where people's like computers break out of nowhere, especially Apple's. And my shit's 13 years old now. It's a fucking 2011, and I like fear the day. One day I'll put a video to export, and I'm like, please stay alive,
Yeah,
please stay alive, please stay alive.
it's scary, dude, because that's like being a painter and having all these intricate paintings and then they all just catch on fire. Like there's nothing you can do but move on, make new shit, or at least try to recreate, but you'll never be able to recreate. It'll never be the same. But luckily, like sometimes it's better when you redo it. Like there was really only one song that I wanted from my old laptop. It was a song that I had just finished. And I wasn't able to send it to myself because it was just bugging out and then it just shit. But 2 years later, I think a few months ago, it's called In the Flowers We Roam. I remade it, and honestly, it sounds like better to me than it originally did. So like that's kind of cool.
That's what's up. That's what's up, bro. That's cool. Yeah, I think sometimes you need like those like weird transitional stages to then have
Yeah,
like take a step back.
yeah.
And but that's cool that you got to like revisit some of the work, but it also sucks that you lost so much work.
Oh yeah, so much stuff, dude. But it hurts in the moment. But now looking back at it, like I'm kind of glad that it happened. Like it pushed me to do newer and different things and remake things better. So in itself, it's like cool. Kind of like my house fire. Like when that happened, like we were all devastated. We lost like majority everything. So that's really like heartbreaking to lose everything you've ever had in your life, like everything you've known. But now looking back on it, like yeah, that shit sucked. It's unfortunate, but I wouldn't have wanted anything to happen differently because I
Because
wouldn't.
I
I don't think I would have been where I'm at right now, and I'm still not in the best position. But as far as like California and making transitional moves like that wouldn't have happened if that didn't happen. So it's a cursing and a blessing.
yeah, I fuck with that. Yeah, just being acknowledging the bad, but also acknowledging like the good
Right.
that comes afterwards.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro. Um, hell yeah. But yeah, with the clothes thing, I thought that was really cool too. With you mentioning not even like wanting to do merch only associated with your music, but also just wanting to do clothes as well. And
Yeah.
where did that interest really come from? Just because you're a fashion inclined individual?
uh, I don't know. It's just like I'm very in tune with art, and I don't know if it's like ADHD or whatever. I'm not diagnosed with nothing. I'm sure I got a lot of shit going on, but I have so many interests that it's hard to like stick with one, and that's why I bounce back and forth. Like I'll do music for a little while, and obviously music is my biggest one, but and then I'll go to tattooing, and then I'll go back to like wanting to make clothes. So I just have so many different like interests and ideas that it's hard to like contain them and put them into one. So I like to. I would say that maybe I'm spread too thin, but also I don't know if you can be spread too thin with having like ideas and hobbies and likes. So I don't really even know where it stems from exactly. I just like doing art, and like I said, I'm a smaller kind of guy, so finding like clothes that I want to wear because I mainly shop at like Goodwill. I like thrifting and shit. I like digging into the past, and like you can really like find your own style. So making my own clothes is kind of cool because they fit better, and then I like what it is. Like I want to wear that. So I don't know.
That's cool, man. I think I'm glad that you and I are now acquainted and that you're introduced to this whole like thing because like when you mention shit like that, like mind you, I'm the same way. Like I'm Salvation Army, finding
Yeah.
your own style and shit like that. And I don't know, like you come to find like I literally just the last dude I just interviewed before this interview is a fashion designer. Like he doesn't do like
Okay. Hell yeah.
he hasn't put out any music yet. And you know, like with that coming to be, and I also am acquainted with another individual who does clothes, and I think it's so cool that we're seeing more jacks of all trades in this
Oh
like
yeah.
community we got going on. And I think that's cool because like with a world like that, like it's cool. It's like because it's really that's what it's
Oh
all about.
yeah.
It's all about art and community.
Yeah. 'Cause it bring even if you don't have the same art, it still brings you in tune with somebody who does like a different art. Like I don't know, it just brings everybody together in a kind of like cool way. Like you can relate. Like maybe they don't make music, and maybe I don't do what they do, but we both know what it's like to put all of your heart and emotion into doing art. So that's cool in itself, and being able to like relate to that.
Exactly. Yeah. So, but yeah, man. And moving, I just want to dig a little deeper further, and then we just like keep moving forward
Yeah.
with the fashion stuff. Where do you exactly would go with that if you were to continue on? Like, because when you come when you have like the preference to thrift and stuff like that, I don't know if you like it's me personally, I don't know if I have like a set. I have like a variety of things that make my style. So if I had
Right.
to make a piece of clothing, I don't know exactly what I would do first to make it mine, you know? So like
Right. Yeah.
what's your direction with that?
Just drawing shit like straight from my mind. Like things that you can't get anywhere else. Like you can't make what I'm making because it came straight from my head. Like I didn't copy and paste this and copy and paste that and just make it into one thing. I'm really like putting like my inner thoughts into it. So just having like drawings, like illustration type shit, or even just like I don't know. I want to get to like I want to move up to like doing like cooler things like in the future. Like I have a lot of cool ideas. I'm not gonna say them because I don't want them to get taken or like ruin the surprise. But I definitely have a lot of cool ideas that I want to input to clothing. Or do like shoes eventually, pants, everything. I want to do everything. So I just want to be able to wear what I want to wear and say, "Hey, I fucking made that."
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that because I'm into your tattoos and stuff, and I think that's cool. And so, and whenever anyone I have on the pod like does any other endeavors, I just think it's so cool when someone can be so into one thing and so into one world. Because, like for example, when you're into music, it's like a whole world that comes with it. You know,
Oh
like
yeah,
being a musician, being a music consumer. There's just so many like sides to it, and there's so many unspoken words about music and everything. And then you decide, like, all right, I'm familiar with this. I'm a whole jump into a whole other thing, a whole other world.
right, yeah.
And it's like it takes a lot of courage, and I admire that, you know?
I appreciate that. It's
Hell yeah.
cool though. Like I haven't done much with my life. Like I'm not like living a fucking dream, but at least at the end of it, damn, sorry.
Oh,
At
sorry.
least at the end of the day, I get to say like I've made clothes before. I've made music that people listen to. I've done tattoos that are gonna be on people's bodies forever. Like it's a cool thing to think about. Like whether or not I think about it in the moment, like I've impacted people's lives, whether it's like good or bad, or whatever. Even just like somebody carrying around a tattoo that I've given them. Like people see that. So it's like crazy, like the influence that your art has on different people.
Yeah, man. Leaving your mark, leaving a legacy. And you're just doing it just because, you know, it's not even like doing it to leave a mark or to leave a legacy. It's like I'm here,
Right?
I'm
Yeah.
doing shit, and it resonates, and that's what's up, you know? And I fuck with that. Like you're very nonchalant about it all, and I think that's cool. And continuing on the conversation and moving forward as well, moving away from the clothing, moving back into like towards music and music videos and things around that area. Doesn't have to be. You know, what are you working on? Where do you see yourself moving in the future?
Honestly, I don't know, like, music just comes, like, day by day, like, sometimes I don't, like, write my music down, I keep it all in my head, which is kinda, like, crazy sometimes because I forget a lot about things, but I'm usually not, like, planning too much into the future with things, I just make it as I go and then just figure out what to do from then, like, right now is a bit different, like, I'm trying to do, like, an album, but yeah, I don't know, like, obviously, I wanna get, like, higher elevated, like, better equipment and everything, like, eventually I'll get my own place, like, instead of having to, like, go out to my car and record if it's cold and shit, like, that shit
Yeah,
sucks. It don't sound good, the car and everything, so I do wanna get, like, a nice setup and everything and get, like, more in tune with learning how to mix and master and get higher quality, like, microphone and everything like that, but that's gonna take some time and money, and growing. Because even if you got the best equipment, it don't make you the best artist. So that's what I
facts.
like coming from, like, having shit products and turning them into something?
Chicken shit and the chicken salad.
Exactly.
Hell yeah. Yeah, man. That's what's up, bro. I like where like what direction you're going in. You're very much on the incline and you're determined and you're very nonchalant, but you're very strategic at the same time. And you got a lot of ideas in here and I can see that.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I like that, man. Like I like people like you. And I think you're on what's the word? Like, you're on the road for good things, for great things.
Hopefully, man. My dad is a very big supporter, so that definitely helps out, like, I think as of right now, he's my top listener on SoundCloud with, like, 6,000 plays, which is crazy to me, like,
That's
he
insane.
he's so cool, dude, like, he'll go around and tell everybody, like, at his work or all of his friends, like, it's cool because I can see that he's proud of it, so that makes me, like, feel good in a sense, but it's also really cool, like, because 'cause he'll go show people, like, "Check my son's music out," and they fuck with it, and I got, on that side of the family, I got 2 little brothers, and they're fairly young, so they listen to my shit all the time, like, my dad would tell me, like, "And that's how I know your brothers are coming back from, like, playing outside, I can hear them on their bikes with their speaker, and it's your song hauling down the fucking block."
Wow, that's
And some of the
cool.
songs aren't, like, kid appropriate, but those are my brothers? They're also, like, some of my biggest supporters, so
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know.
that's
That's
so
just
sick.
definitely cool to have, like, that aspect of support, and don't get me wrong, I have a lot of friends and, other family that definitely do support me, you know, but my dad is a very big supporter. I usually send him everything that I put out before I put it out, and he'll listen to it and give me some feedback, and everything's cool with that, so
That's really cool. He must be a very musically inclined person.
he is, he actually just, cause he used to do poetry too and all that, but, he's been wanting to get into music, so I actually just, told him what to get and everything. He got himself a new laptop. He got the same mic that I started off with. He just called me the other day, asked me, like, what kinda headphones he's at the store, so told him what to get and everything. He got FL Studios like me, so I think that
Wow.
that's really cool. It'd be cool because I think one day, like, we're gonna make a song together, and even if it doesn't, like, go out to the public or nothing, like, that's so dope to say, like, I made a song with my pops?
Hell yeah. Yeah, man. That's so cool, bro. That's so what's up. Like dads are what's up, bro. That's what's up. Like
Most definitely.
personally, I lack a lot of like family support and there's only like one individual or there's like probably two individuals I can name, but there's one individual who's always supported me and it's creatively and it's my dad. And it's funny because he does music videos and
Oh, hell yeah.
he would teach me the like the editing and like how to split and cut and duplicate and all this fucking shit and like
That's so dope.
yeah, man, and like what happened?
I was just gonna say I'm on the opposite spectrum. Like I'm gonna be showing my dad how to do everything. So like
Yeah,
I
man,
don't know.
it's crazy. It's weird. I mirror my dad a lot, but the reason why I mention my dad at all is because with that now I realize now with this podcast and also having to edit in any scenarios because outside the podcast, sometimes I'll do a vlog. Um, Sometimes I'll edit a music video for my friend. And a lot of what my just seeing my dad do his thing rubbed off on me and like taught me on how to like navigate shit. And I think it's so cool that you have that such a supportive, collaborative relationship with your father and like in the creativeness of it all. Cause like besides dads, bro, like no like I don't know about your family, but personally my
Yeah.
family, half of them does not give don't even know what I do
Right.
to even give a fuck
Exactly. Yeah.
about it, you know?
It's also, yeah, just like not their scene, whatever it is, but definitely very like. motivating and inclining to like make music, like that I have a dad like that. Like I'll send that shit to him, and when he sends that tech back, like he's like, "That shit's so dope. Like I've been listening to it all day. I listen to it in the car, blah blah." Like that's enough for me. Like I don't even at that point, I don't even care if anybody else listens to my music. You know, like that's enough for me.
Oh yeah.
So it's very cool.
Oh yeah, bro. What was I gonna say?
I think you froze. Oh, there you are.
There you were. Yeah, you froze on my screen too, and I was like,
Okay. Hopefully it wasn't a dumb face.
no, you were just chilling. You were there, forward looking. But
Yeah,
no, yeah, I think it's so cool. I think it's really cool. Like, I think that's so cool. And shout out your dad, man, for being real. A lot of like
for
older
real.
people just aren't very inclined to anything.
Yeah. I got fairly young parents though too. Like my mom had me at a very, very young age, so I think my dad's like 39 right now. He's not like
That's what's
super
up.
old, you know. He's pretty young. So
Yeah. No, that's young though. Like, I feel you.
yeah.
That's cool.
No,
That's
he
what's
helped
up,
me a
man.
lot too. Yeah, because I think I grew up listening to like Alice in Chains, you know, uh, all of that, like System of a Down, 3 6 Mafia. So that definitely does also play like a bit into my music too. You just don't see it as much. I am working on some things more like towards that, but I don't know. Growing up, I feel like listening like in that kind of era, like it's one of the best eras to grow up for music, like early 2000s, you know, late 90s, like so many great like influential artists that are timeless. So
Literally. Yeah, no. Yeah, we got like you kind of mentioned it earlier, like talking about like the 80s to like the 2000s and how that was such a like a cultural impactful time. But I'll even stretch it and say like I don't know. I really enjoy music even from the 60s
oh
all the
hell
way to
yeah.
the 2000s and like
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, going back to dads. Dads are usually like the showcasers of like
Oh
media.
yeah.
Like my dad showed me music. My dad showed me Jackass. My dad showed me what
Yeah, yeah.
Rob Dyrdek shows. I'm like, oh my god,
Exactly, yeah.
changing my life, and it's just like casual as fuck.
It is, yeah. It forms you like you don't realize it till you're older, but every little thing that happened to you as a kid forms who you are today. It's like it's crazy. I don't know. It's like a painting, and everything that happened to you is one more stroke to create this one like image from the paintbrush. So it's definitely cool, and I'm lucky to have had like young parents because it was cool because I grew up as they were like teenagers, you know, like teenagers, kids raising a kid. So I grew up with everything from like the 90s and early 2000s. So that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, bro. That's what's up. And you grew up with them, so you guys like, I can only
Well,
imagine like,
yeah, I mean, I they were split up, but I still, you know, saw both of them. So
yeah. And no, yeah, I feel you. And with that, it's like, it's cool because like with that, I don't know. I can't really speak too much. My parents are like slightly not. They're not older at all. They're
yeah,
but they're like regular age parents. Like my dad's
yeah,
45, my mom's 40.
yeah. That's not old.
Yeah.
Not too
So
old.
with that being said, it's like you still have that like kind of like relationship with your parent where it's like you're the parent, I'm the child. But when you like lessen the age gap and it's like obviously it's still like you're the parent, I'm the child, but it's like there's more to resonate about. There's
There's
like
almost
more
more somewhat of like a friendship in there
yeah,
as well, which is really cool when there's like a
exactly.
nice balance of that.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think that's really cool. That was really cool. Um but now kind of just getting everything out the way, I think we're gonna start reaching towards the wrap up because I rambled for quite a bit, like I do. And before anything, I want to ask if there was anything you would like to talk about before we finish the interview, because this is your interview and how you want to be presented. So just give us any last topic that I might have missed.
I don't think we miss anything. If there's anything I had to say, it's that I don't know. I'm just genuine. Everything you hear is raw emotion. I'm not like faking nothing. I'm not spitting shit out my ass. So everything you're hearing is completely real and true, and what's going on at that time. So give
Hell
that shit
yeah.
a listen, and hopefully you like it.
Hell yeah. You align very well with the morals of why I started like all this podcast and everything. Like when I started, like the slogan was like uncensored, uncut, da da da.
Yeah.
And I like that you just carry that attitude with you, you know?
Oh yeah,
Um,
dude.
Now moving forward, final question now. Codename Grim. What do you got going on in the next day, week, month, year, decade, millennium, century, however? I said that backwards. You know? What do you got going on? It doesn't have to be music related, it doesn't have to even be creative related. It could be what you're eating for breakfast tomorrow. Just give
Right.
us the rundown.
I think that this near future holds a lot. I can't be too specific. It's gonna be pretty vague, but a lot of good things are gonna come soon. A lot of new art forms, a lot of new projects. I'm gonna feeling pretty confident and striving right now with motivation. So who knows how long that lasts? But as of right now, gonna be very headstrong on getting shit done and doing what I like to do. So just expect a lot more from me, whether it's music, tattoos, clothes, whatever it is. So gonna be a lot more, and shit's getting better too. So just ride the roller coaster with me, I guess.
Hell yeah. I gotta ask before we finish off. A lot of your work is like solo work. Do you ever plan on like collaborating? Especially, I had to ask because now we're doing the pod, and you mentioned
Yeah.
people being in Cali. I'm like, bro,
Um. It really has all been solo work. I've always like just been me, myself, and I for like music. I have friends that make music, and we've worked on some things together, but it's never like gotten finished or put out. I don't know. I like being me and doing my thing, but I think that I've grown as an artist, and that you actually brought that up reminds me. I have a dude who's been him and his friends. They've been listening to me for like 3 4 years, and he hit me up a few years back, and he wanted to do a collab, and I told him like I wasn't doing like the best. Like I had a lot of shit going on right then and there, but yeah, he hit me up again recently, and I kind of like came to the realization that I'm always gonna have something going on. I may not always feel the best, so I told him, yeah, like, cause he's been a long time supporter, and I dig his music, so have some collabs coming soon. So yeah, glad
that's
you brought that up
awesome.
because I forgot about that.
No, yeah, it slipped my mind till right now, so I'm glad I
Yeah,
brought
no,
it up as
I'm getting
well.
more open to it. So yeah,
That's awesome, man. No, that's good. And that's cool, man. I'm glad. I'm glad this year is gonna be like 2024. Like even like for myself, I'm like, bro, if you like, I have like it's gonna be a lot of change. There's gonna be a
oh
lot of
yeah,
shit in the fucking news.
good
Like we
change though.
already
Yeah,
know.
elevation.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Both of the mind, the spirit, and just everything that comes with. And so yeah, man. Now to wrap it up with the final question asked. This was the Cult of Personality podcast, hosted by yours truly, Mikeymcchoppa. With us today was Codename Grim. Thank you again for sitting with me for probably like the last hour and a half, maybe
Of
almost
course, thank
even
you, man. I
almost
appreciate it.
probably like almost 2 hours low key.
Yeah,
And thank you all for watching and listening at home, at work, wherever, on streaming, on SoundCloud, and on YouTube. Thank you all. I don't know who I'm interviewing next week, y'all. I just take it day by day. It's literally like this shit is literally like not only is there no pre-registered questions, but there's no pre-registered guests. It's just I'm going with the flow. But man, thank you again. I want to thank you
of
again.
course.
We had a great conversation, great episode.
Oh
Peace, love,
yeah.
and hair grease, everybody. And signing off. And